You referred to it as a descend. I don't. I actually think the show got better. I think it got lighter and more joyful. I think it got more absurd. And again, this is from my perspective, and I enjoyed it tremendously. It became a little bit more physical, and I mean, we did things like, I mean, let's go back to an episode, the wedding cake episode, which is actually the Frogger episode. I mean, George matriculating, if to use that word, that Frogger machine across the street, mimicking the Frogger game, was a piece of comedic brilliance, not only in its writing, in its conception, but in its execution. I mean, I think that is one of the most perfect Seinfeldian moments that I can ever recall. Who would ever think of creating the Frogger machine, going across a small side street in New York, and then obviously being destroyed by a truck? I mean, it was an absolute piece of comedic brilliance. But that also came about during those last couple of years. And I think there were so many little tidbits and wonderful scenes that were endemic of that period that I think Seinfeld was really hit its stride. When Jerry says we went out on top, I agree with him. I think we did. I don't know. I understood what you're saying about Larry, because Larry was a comfortable crutch in the show because he was the voice of the show. When I say that, he was the comedic voice. It was always at the end of every scene, he'd have a way, by watching it and the way we were taping it, it'd say, all right, let's go back. All right, let's do this. And then you say this, and then you say that, and then you come in and do. So he did a lot of the kind of the last bit of hopscotch that was going on there. He was able to, take scenes that were a little bit flat, if he thought so, and really and do them, but on the run. And that's what he was great at. I mean, he's a genius at improv, and also can think of a thing that the trick he can give you. Unfortunately, he had actors that knew how to digest all of that, and he knew how to speak to actors. So that's genius and genius.